get to this new report out showing $125 billion worth of administrative waste at the Pentagon, and all that waste was buried due to fears that Congress would respond by cutting the defense budget. So we're just finding out about this now because of a report in the Washington Post. The new study also suggested reforms that would have saved the department $125 billion over the next 5 years. From Reason, Associate Editor Anthony Fisher joins us now with his take with maybe a little bit of reason, by the way, on this report. So I guess the idea is they just didn't want anybody to find out about this, right? Because all of a sudden they'd say, well, we don't want to spend any money. That's amazing on defense programs.
Yeah, I mean, what's really amazing is that this wasn't they commissioned this report. They wanted to find ways to trim the fat. I think they were expecting to maybe have it be somewhere closer to like 30 billion, 125 billion, and, you know, constituting hundreds of thousands of jobs. It was not something that they were expecting, and it made it more difficult for them to make their case to Congress that the military was imperiled, that they weren't spending enough. And then later on, once the Deputy Defense Secretary decided to bury and discredit the report, he argued that it's just not so simple to untangle all of these bureaucratic mazes, because each of these, you know, a great deal of this spending, Congress people don't want to go back to their home bases and say, well, we had to cut this completely unnecessary project that keeps people employed. So it's just, it's a maze of bureaucracies, it's a maze of wasteful spending. Government
bureaucracy, to your point, whether it's education or defense, whatever it is, they're always going to say that, hey, we need X project, the individual project, because there are real people behind it and everything else. But the other side now, people are going to argue, they're going to say, why do you need all these people in desk positions? Why is the Human Resources Department so big? All this kind of stuff. What do you think the fallout will be? It'll be very difficult to get some budgets through in the future, or?
See, that's the thing about defense spending, is that even during the Obama years, when a great many people were saying or arguing that you know, the Obama administration is slashing the military to the bone, it's just not true. The only thing that's happened is that at certain periods, the increases have been smaller than previous increases, but there haven't been any cuts of any kind.
But couldn't Trump come in and argue, hey, I want to get, you know, whatever, a big weapon system, and let's get rid of this bureaucracy, and just, you don't have to spend more net-net?
Yeah, he has argued that he wants to increase the spending on troops, wants to increase personnel, wants to increase the equipment, and that he wants to get rid of the waste. But he hasn't really articulated any plan how you can have one without the other, and how you can decrease overall spending while increasing the spending on the projects that he's interested in while getting rid of the waste. He hasn't articulated that yet, and as we've seen, these are not specific to Republican or Democratic administrations. The military-industrial complex is its own beast that feeds no matter who's in charge.
I know, but a good start for his staff. You could just read this report, give him plenty of ways to go through. Anthony, thanks.